Hey, I'm Danika, and today I'll be taking you through a 15-minute Pilates workout. This workout will be nice and easy and relaxing, while still targeting and strengthening muscles. All of the exercises will be slow and controlled. They will each target a different muscle group. This workout will mainly strengthen and tone your butt and your core. Let's get started. First up, we're going to do cat-cow. You are going to arch your back downwards and then push it up towards the ceiling. Do it at a pace that is comfortable for you. It will stretch out your spine. Now we're going to gracefully transition into downward dog walkers. It's similar to the typical downward dog, but instead of pushing both heels to the ground at the same time, you are going to alternate. This will make the stretch feel a little bit easier. Plank leg raises. You're going to get into a plank position and then raise one leg at a time. You're going to alternate legs for the following 20 seconds. To properly do this exercise, your whole body has to be tense. It can't just be your core. You should feel the burn throughout your whole body. Next up, we're going to do a standing forward fold. So you're going to stand up on your feet and then fold forward. You should try to get your chest as close to your legs as you can without bending your knees. Next up, squats. These have a little extra than just a typical squat. With these, when you go down into your low position, your arms are going to raise up into the air. This will create additional mobility in your shoulders. Now we're going to continue to do the squats, but we're going to add a heel raise at the bottom. Make sure while doing these, you have your weight pushing through your heels, except for when you go on your toes. And then, of course, it'll be in your toes. The heel raise will strengthen your calves. While doing a sit-back plank, make sure that when you bend your knees go outwards, not inwards. You should start in a typical plank position and then bend back as far as you can. If this movement hurts your knees, then for the rest of this time, just hold a normal plank. Now we're going to do plank knee pulses. This exercise is similar to one that we did previous in this workout, but instead you are going to have a bent knee and you're going to pulse 3 times and you're going to alternate sides. To do thread the needle, you're going to go into child's pose with your feet touching and your knees pointed out wide, and then you are going to put one arm underneath the other. Let's switch to the other side. trying to go down as low as you can, extending your arm as far as possible, and relax by taking deep breaths in and out. The next exercise that we're going to do are in and outs. They require core strength and balance. If you want to challenge yourself, you can remove your hands from the ground. Do these at whatever speed feels comfortable to you. With a similar movement that we did in the previous exercise, now we're going to do bow and arrows. These are a little bit harder because you do not have your hands on the ground and they require more balance. You're going to tuck your knees into your chest with your arms facing forward, and then you are going to pull like you're shooting a bow and arrow. Next up, crunches. A common mistake that people make with these is they pull on their head and feel it too much in their neck, or they sit up all the way. The purpose of this exercise is just to go up a little bit to create tension in your core. To do arm pulses, you are going to lay on your back with your knees at a 90-degree angle, and then you are going to pulse your arms up and down. You should feel this in your core as well as your arms. While doing these, make sure your shoulder blades are lifted off of the ground. Building off of the previous exercise, now we're going to do arm pulses with leg extensions. While continuously doing the same motion with your arms, you are going to extend one leg at a time. To challenge yourself, you can keep both legs straightened and do a scissor-like motion. While doing glute bridges, make sure the pressure and force is coming through your heels and not your toes. Also, try to push your hips as high to the sky as you can. We're going to continue on and do the same motion, but now the force is going to be coming through your toes. This will help strengthen and tone your calves. Instead of releasing all the tension, now we are just going to do pulses. The benefit of pulses is that you are always creating tension and always activating the muscles, which increases strength. We are going to go back to doing glute bridges on our heels, but now while your hips go towards the sky, you are going to extend your arms up and over your head. While still laying on your back, you're going to hug your knees into your chest and then extend both your arms and your legs. During this exercise, you should try to lift your shoulder blades off the ground at all times. Next up, you're going to stay on the ground and do a simple forward fold, trying to reach as far down as you can and grabbing onto your toes. You should also try to get your chest as close to your legs as possible. Plank with a raise. You're going to get into a forearm plank and then raise your butt up into the air. You should try to push back as much as you can. You may need to adjust the placement of your feet. Now we're going to pretty much do the opposite of the previous exercise that we did. Instead of raising, we're going to lean forward. These past two exercises strengthen your entire body, but they mainly focus on your core and arms. While doing a forearm side plank, there should be a line from your head to your toes. This means that you should be pushing your hips up towards the sky, not letting them sink down. Also, with your upper arm, you can either keep it straight or bend it. Now let's switch to the other side. Side planks strengthen your obliques, which are the side of your core. Many people have heard of the yoga pose called Cobra. This is just like it, except now you will be releasing your chest down to the ground periodically. When you bend your elbows, your arms should be going against your sides, and your elbows should not point outwards. Next up, we're going to do another yoga pose called the plow. You're going to lay on your back and then push your feet over your head. This may be challenging, and if you need to, your feet don't have to go all the way to the ground, but try if you can. Now we're going to do something slightly easier called candlestick. You're going to lift your feet off the ground and put them into the air, and your hands will support your lower back. Now we're going to do a scissor-like movement with our legs while in the candlestick position. Try, if you can, to touch your toe to the ground and stay controlled while doing this exercise. last part of this workout, we're going to take 30 seconds just to breathe and think about the day ahead of us or behind us, or just stay present. Well done. Please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to get notified every time a new video is posted. Thanks for watching. Bye!